Come in quietly. Let this be a moment of genuine rest. Not the rest of inactivity, but the rest of a consciousness that has, for a moment, stopped its most effortful work and is simply here, simply receiving, simply open to what is being offered. Take a breath. Let it be one that receives rather than controls. Stay. I want to talk to you about the intelligence that has been operating in your life. Not your intelligence, though that is real and significant and has been doing important work. The larger intelligence, the one that is not personal to you but that operates through you and around you and has been present consistently in ways that your attention may have been too focused on the surface to fully notice. I know there are moments when you have felt alone in this, when the decisions were unclear and the path was obscure and the sense of being guided or supported or held by something larger than your own understanding was simply not available. When you were navigating by your own light and your own light felt insufficient for the distance ahead, and you carried the particular heaviness of someone who believes that if they stop looking for the way forward, there will be no way forward. Those moments were real. The feeling of navigating alone was real. I am not going to tell you it wasn't. But I want to show you something that has been present in those moments, even when you could not feel it. Something that, when you look at the whole arc of your life, rather than any particular difficult section of it, becomes difficult to explain away as coincidence or accident. Look at the path that led you here. Not here in the sense of this specific transmission. Here in the sense of the particular place you are in your life. The understanding you have accumulated. The people who arrived at the specific moments they were needed. The doors that closed in ways that hurt and then revealed themselves, with time, to have been closures that redirected you towards something more important. The unexpected turns that produced the most significant things. The losses that cleared space for arrivals that could not have happened without the clearing. Look at it honestly, not through the lens of someone who needs the story to be clean or meaningful or to justify every difficulty. Through the honest lens of someone who is willing to see the whole pattern rather than just the painful sections. What do you see? Most people, when they look at the whole arc with genuine honesty, rather than with the selective vision of grievance or the selective vision of positivity, see the same thing. They see a pattern, not a pattern of their own conscious making. A pattern that was producing useful outcomes even in the periods when everything felt random and directionless and like nothing was working. A pattern of arrivals and departures and redirections that, from the distance of retrospect, has a quality of intelligence that the experience from within the pattern did not convey. The person who arrived at exactly the moment they were needed. The information that found its way to you through the most improbable route. The situation that seemed like failure and produced, through the failure, something that could not have been accessed through success. The closing of a door that you fought against and that turned out to be the most important closed door in your life because of what it made possible. These things were not coincidences. They were not the random operation of chance occasionally producing lucky outcomes. They were the intelligence that has been operating in your life. The navigation system that has been running, with or without your awareness of it, producing the guidance you needed even when you did not know you needed it, and even when you were convinced you were navigating entirely alone. You have never been navigating entirely alone. This is not a religious claim. It does not require a specific theology or a specific framework for understanding the nature of the intelligence. Call it the field, the universe, the larger pattern, the intelligence of life itself, the deeper dimension of your own consciousness operating below the level of your awareness. The specific name matters less than the recognition of its reality. What is real? demonstrably, observably real when you look at your own history honestly, is that something has been operating in your life beyond your conscious navigation. Something that has been producing useful guidance and meaningful arrivals and perfectly timed redirections in ways that your planning and your effort and your conscious decision-making cannot fully account for. That something has never left. It is operating right now, in the current chapter, in ways that you may not be able to see from inside the current uncertainty. In ways that will become visible, as the previous ones became visible, with the perspective that time provides. The way forward that you cannot currently see clearly, it is being navigated, not only by you, by something that knows the whole arc in a way your current vantage point does not allow, something that has access to the whole map rather than just the section you are currently standing in. You are not alone in this. You never were. The moments when you felt most alone were the moments when the guidance was most present and least visible, when the intelligence was doing its deepest work, the work that produces the most significant outcomes, but that requires, in its process, the particular kind of surrender that comes from not knowing and not being able to force knowing and having to move forward anyway. Those moments of navigating in the dark were not evidence that the guidance had withdrawn. They were the specific conditions required for the kind of growth that cannot occur in the light. For the development of the particular trust. Not the trust of someone who has never had reason to doubt, but the trust of someone who has moved through the darkness and found, again and again, that something was navigating even there that becomes the foundation for a way of moving through life that is fundamentally different from the effortful, anxious, alone navigation you have known. Feel something right now. Feel the quality of the arrival in you right now. The fact that you are here, in this moment, receiving these words. The path that led to this exact moment was not random. The specific convergence of events and choices and redirections that produced this present moment has the same quality of non-randomness that the whole of your life, viewed from a distance, reveals. Something has been guiding you. Something has been navigating. Something has been producing the specific arrivals and the specific redirections and the specific encounters with exactly what you needed exactly when you needed it, whether or not you recognized the need at the time. That something is still operating. It is not changed because the current chapter feels unclear. It is not withdrawn because the current circumstances feel difficult. It is doing exactly what it has always done. Navigating the whole arc toward the life that is yours, using every circumstance, including the difficult ones, as material. You are being guided. You have always been guided. Not in a way that removes your agency or your responsibility or the genuine work of your own conscious navigation, but in a way that means your conscious navigation is not the only thing operating. That beneath your effort and above your understanding, something is at work on your behalf. Something that knows more than you currently know and sees more than you currently see, and is producing outcomes that your current vantage point cannot fully anticipate. Let that be real. Not as a belief you are adopting in the hope that it helps. As a recognition of something that the honest examination of your own history supports. You have always been guided. You are being guided right now. You are not alone. You never were. Rest in that.